Imagine spending your entire life working like a slave to support an ungrateful family, only to have your own son pull the plug on your oxygen tank. River's story begins at the absolute bottom, dying, betrayed by the people he sacrificed everything for. But instead of fading to black, he wakes up decades in the past. He is standing in his childhood home, right at the exact moment his adoptive mother is forcing him and his brother to draw lots for a coveted factory job. River knows the game is rigged. His mother secretly arranged the sticks so his lazy brother gets the comfortable, high-paying factory gig, while River is slated for a brutal, back-breaking exile in the rural countryside. In his previous life, he fought this injustice. This time, River simply smiles and accepts the rigged draw. He voluntarily packs his bags for rural exile. River willingly steps into banishment because he has a secret advantage. Along with his rebirth, he has been equipped with a supernatural user interface. Looking at this digital overlay, you can see real-time stats, a dedicated bad luck panel, and an expansive foresight skill tree materializing directly over his bleak 1970s environment. We are going to break down exactly how River uses this system. By exploiting its foresight mechanic, stacking stat buffs, and triggering calculated karmic retribution, he speedruns his own life to execute a rise to power. This premise takes a standard story of victimhood and flips it into a fantasy of systematically hacking fate. River begins his journey on a packed train heading toward his exile. Surrounded by massive crowds and propaganda banners, he joins the historical youth relocation movement, marching directly into a harsh agricultural banishment. Right away, the system's first core mechanic kicks in: foresight. The interface flashes red, warning River that multiple passengers scattered throughout his train are carrying hidden explosives. The system provides exact countdown timers. River races through the crowded cars, using these digital clocks to locate and defuse bombs under extreme pressure. This animated web shows how the system commodifies human life. Every passenger represents a node. By successfully defusing bombs, those nodes collapse directly into a glowing reward loot box. Saving lives is a strict transactional requirement to earn the system's lucky draws. These lucky draws provide immediate XP payouts and start unmasking the specific military origins of his biological parents, pointing him toward the capital. Ultimately, the foresight mechanic weaponizes human altruism. It takes the moral weight of doing good deeds and turns it into a quantifiable method for farming experience points and advancing the plot. Once River arrives at the Red Flag Brigade, he is thrust into brutal manual labor. The local workers rely on crude tools, and the entire region is suffering through a severe famine. Here, the system reveals its second mechanic, stat buffing. River cashes in a reward, instantly granting himself a 300% strength boost. He uses this physical stat to effortlessly lift massive stone slabs that multiple grown men can barely budge. He quickly dominates the local construction site, allowing him to seize direct leadership of the labor crew. With his newly acquired authority, River negotiates aggressively with county officials. He single-handedly secures a massive manufacturing contract to produce 50,000 military uniforms. Looking at this chart, you can see the immediate impact of his new authority. As River's team completes the 50,000 uniform icons, the village's food supply skyrockets from 0 to maximum capacity. By creating an absolute monopoly on local labor, he pulls the entire village out of starvation and cements his status as a local hero. Solving this macro crisis earns River a high-tier class change. Because he demonstrated total control over the brigade's logistics and survival, the system awards him elite surgeon skills, the specialized toolset required to transition from a rural leader to a member of the capital's medical elite. This highlights the satisfying grind logic of the genre. Raw physical labor and minor stat buffs geometrically compound, transforming River from a manual laborer into a high-status medical expert. Eventually, River's toxic adoptive family tracks him down. They corner him at his new position, aggressively demanding he hand his lucrative job over to his lazy brother. During the explosive confrontation, they slip up and admit he was never their biological son. River calmly pulls out 3,000 yuan in cash, paying them off to legally and permanently buy out his upbringing. This triggers the system's third mechanic, karmic retribution. The exact second the financial transaction concludes and River severs his moral debt, the system strikes. His abusive family drives away with their money, only for their vehicle to violently flip, crashing into a ditch. They survive, but are left paralyzed and financially ruined by medical bills. The system operates on a strict transactional morality. Justice is held back only by unpaid debts, but the moment the ledger zeroes out, the retribution is instantaneous and absolute. With his family ties severed, River takes his elite surgeon skills to the 55th Army Group Hospital. Operating in this high-stakes military environment, he is tasked with performing emergency heart surgery on a high-ranking VIP. The VIP survives the high-risk procedure. While recovering, he spots River's unique crescent-shaped birthmark. The patient realizes River is his long-lost biological son. River assumes his role as the Ouyang heir, finishing a trajectory that saw him rise from an exiled laborer to a position of immense influence within the nation's military hierarchy. In a chaotic real world where toxic people thrive and merit goes ignored, the system narrative offers a perfect escape. It delivers an addictive fantasy of complete agency, mathematically guaranteed karma, and a universe that finally calculates and recognizes your true worth.